Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. With your fave, as I'm featuring my wonderful co-host Jade, Winnie Grenadita, CPL Matter Stuart Johnson. And guys, it is Thursday, April 21st, 2022. And I'm sure we're gonna have an amazing show. Jade, how you doing?
Honestly, I'm sleepy. I'm not gonna lie. I am still as if I in here can't catch myself. The yarn them coming out fast. I need
What?
a nap.
What? Hey, Jade, what you be doing in the night? Why is nighttime make for
Not
sleep, you know?
sleeping clearly.
Obviously,
Like
obviously. Oh, but I'm sure you'll be able to get some sleep during the day. I'm hoping.
what do you
Fingers
mean? As
crossed.
soon as I come off the show, home, sleep, nap, do not disturb.
I hear you. I hear you. I mean, outside of the sleep though, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm great, honestly.
Okay.
I
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I'm doing really good. You know. Feel like I'm finding some peace and some understanding in my life. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
I know, right?
we might have to do a class. We might have to do a class because I need some of that peace and understanding. So or maybe you could just I could make you my life coach.
Well, I
How
need to
about
fix my life first before I coach anybody else's. So I can't really. But just know it's been a nice little journey of
that?
realizing
Yes,
some things and you know accountability and all of these good things. Yeah, it's been that kind of week. It's been that kind of week.
Gotcha. Let me tell you something, my dude. I'm listening to you talk and I'm very happy. However, I must say that generally when I hear like women talk about being on this journey, usually it just involves the fact that they get some man out of their life. I was being honest. I don't know if that's the case with you.
Oh no, it's not that.
Okay.
Honestly, it's not
Okay.
that. We'll have a chat after the show. Oh boy, but friend, what's it be? So what's it? The 21st?
There's the 21st.
Yes, of April, boy. April out of here too. My God.
I don't understand what's happening, Jade. Like it seemed like just the other day we start introing these months, and then we turn around. We have like 2 or 3 shows, and then we're saying, "Oh, it's the end of the month."
Literally. That
Yeah,
is literally what's
that's how it's been
happening.
feeling. That's how it's been feeling. And time just been going and going and going, and yeah, it's
Well, look at us matching today in our white.
oh, Jade, synchronicity. The universe just does things in its own time and its own way.
I,
Synchronicity, Jade.
yeah, I must admit it does. As you said, it does things in its own time. Well, speaking of time, friend,
Hmm.
were you one of the many who were up at midnight waiting on an answer? Like our dear Premier of Nevis?
No, man, I work out. I work out. Mark got this. I work out. He can stay up for all of us and let us know. What if the answer came at 12:01? You think it would be valid?
Well, you know what would have been worse? What if, right? Let's say our dear Prime Minister was actually going to answer at midnight, right? But his watch 5 minutes behind. You think they would have asked, is that rain? Oh, wow. It's pouring, ma'am.
Yeah, just enjoy it here.
Listen, we need
Hopefully, when
it
you go
because
home to
things
sleep,
looking a little brown, okay?
Oh boy. Hopefully, when you go home to sleep, it keeps raining. But
You mean
I
hopefully I
mean,
could get home to sleep?
oh yeah,
If I
that's
remember
another
you
thing.
here, you know, so I am at one.
That's another thing. That's another thing. But I mean, I don't know what eventually happened because I don't think any announcements have been officially made yet, right?
Well, let me go check the socials since that's where I find everything.
Mm.
Let me see. Mark. Let me see. Let me see. Uh, all I see is a morning message that says,
Mm.
when we have done all that we can and have reached the limits of our frail human efforts, it is time to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. I don't know what I mean.
Watch, Mark is famous for his cryptic messages, and so
All of them. I think it's like a
yeah.
battle of the scriptures.
Oh, okay.
Because I think
Okay.
our good friend who probably listening threw up one yesterday. Let me go look on his page.
Let's see what's going on
Let
here.
me see. His said, destiny. Why all of them have these quotes? He said, destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for, it is a thing to be achieved. I know
Let me
what I
ask you
mean
a
either.
question. Let me
But that
ask you a
comes from
question,
our
Jay.
good education minister there, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
JP too.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question because I've been looking at this thing, right? How do you respond to ultimatums? I mean, mentioned this yesterday, but how do you respond to ultimatums?
Terribly. I'm not gonna lie. Terribly. No, actually, I used to. But on the new journey that I'm on, I'm good.
Oh
I
man,
think I could do it. I think I could do better. I think I could do better. But I'm not really good with them, Mengele.
I don't know anybody that is though.
Hmm. You,
I understand that sometimes people get put in a position where they have reached their limits,
mm-hmm.
and there's a need to draw a line in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, when you draw the line in the sand, you generally don't get the response that you were looking for.
Hmm.
And what happens is you create some lasting like negative feelings
Animosity?
as a result. Animosity, um, just that feeling of like, oh, there's a grievance here, something unresolved. You know, I always tell people, if you get to the point where you have to draw the line in the sand, just just leave. Yeah, the ultimatums don't normally work out so good. And
But
it is,
see, I feel like sometimes it's very hard to leave, especially relationships of any sort that are close. Like if it's just a normal person off the road, okay, cool. You give me an ultimatum, maybe I'll care about you. Like that ain't doing anything to me. But if it's somebody that you're close with, be it a partner, be it somebody that you work closely with, it's kind of difficult for you to just get up and be like, you know what, peace. I'm done, I'm gone. Until you actually truly wholeheartedly fed up.
mm, I got what you mean. Yeah, I got what you mean.
Yeah, because
So
I think a lot of the time we feel like the solution is just to leave, which is it might be true. However, the leaving isn't as easy as just saying it.
I totally agree with you. My thing is just that when you start giving people ultimatums, like, yo, if you don't do what I want, then will, this would be my response.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that is
Well,
because it
that's a
takes,
different ball game right there.
because it takes a lot of things off the table, right?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of things off the table, and perhaps you felt the need to do that because the person wasn't coming to the table with the best intentions.
Yeah.
My thing, if you understand, like my thing is, if somebody's showing you who they are, believe them.
No, we really should. We really should. Um, but
And some,
boy,
yeah, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how this thing plays out. I mean, I believe that a lot of people feel as though, once we get the answers and whatever announcements are made, either way, that we are somehow at the end of things. I believe that that would just be the beginning.
yeah, this is a whole new
Uh,
beginning, a whole new chapter in the series. Somebody also telling me to watch Ultimatum, which I forgot to do yesterday.
I've been telling you
I
that.
know,
I've been telling
friend.
you.
And I completely. Actually, I didn't get home till late and I didn't have any internet. So, that was off the table. Like, I didn't have any internet. As Wait. Gawain is. Gawain is saying good morning, listening on the radio today. I'm on the road. But Gawain, typing this on YouTube, eh? So I confused.
No, he had to just let us know
Uh,
that he's here. Big up yourself,
yeah,
Gawain.
man.
You do
That's
well
that's
everything.
real dedication, eh? Because I mean, he had to stop, pull over, look it up, type it out, continue the
So,
drive.
let's be honest, Jade. When we don't see Gawain, we just wonder what happened. So
That's
you're
true.
just making sure that we don't worry.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's certain people that we have to see daily. We just, But
Morning, Lee.
so we're talking about ultimatums and stuff, right? And yesterday, of course, our good friend over in Antigua was causing a stir again.
Usual.
You
Usual.
listen.
I don't know.
One thing about
That fella,
Observer Radio, boy,
that
they're
fella is
gonna
a
be sick his
problem.
business.
The problem is that fella is a problem.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, bye. But coming out of that, is it tea time? No, wait, ain't tea time yet. Me ain't even want to talk about this yet. I want to cuss before I start. Because it's Thursday, so I'm allowed to.
Oh,
Yesterday,
Grenadier.
huh?
Grenadier.
Yeah, man. This goes out to all your doctors, right? Who feel like y'all could play with people's health. Cut it out. Y'all cannot be denying people services, denying people health services because they're vaccinated. That's ridiculous. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That is stupid and that is ridiculous. We literally in the part of the pandemic where people forget that we're in a pandemic. But you feel like it's okay to deny people who you know sick and need your help, the help they need because they're not vaccinated. Make it make sense. Aren't you a health professional? Do you not know how to deal with people that aren't vaccinated that are vaccinated? Is this not a part of your job description, sir, ma'am, or other?
Did you want to give some context?
Yes. So yesterday, a friend of the show, not going to call her name because I don't know if she wants her business on the road like that. Even though
She put it on the road.
I just about to say even though she put it on Facebook, but still, a friend of the show who is actually the president of the Lupus Association, who hopefully will be on with us next month to talk about this because I feel like a lot of people don't understand how lupus works or what it is or how badly it affects people.
Yep.
But she posted yesterday, and Menga, like I almost I need to stop going on Facebook and watching these videos because my emotions can't handle it. I just start to get teary eyed and all kind of story. So I was looking at a video that she posted because I don't see a post often. So I was like, "What's this?" And clicked on it, and she was describing a situation where she went to when she was she was attempting to go to the doctor for for a checkup on something. Again, she has lupus, so it's not like just a regular checkup. And the doctor ended up denying her service because she's not vaccinated. She's not vaccinated because she has other health issues that she has to deal with. But instead of this health professional, in quotations, deciding, you know what? As a doctor, my duty is to make sure that my patients or people that can be patients, will be patients, however it is, get the best medical advice that they get. Instead, you're worrying about a vaccination status on a lady that you know is sick. And you know that this sickness may affect the reasons why she cannot be vaccinated. But you care. All you care about is if you're vaccinated or not. The reason you care about people being vaccinated is because I guess you don't want to catch corona. Well, sir, ma'am, or other, let me tell you now, you can still catch corona, man. Man, if you know. I mean, like, I feel like you would know because you is a doctor. But just in case you forgot or somehow it slipped your mind, you can still catch corona, vaccinated or not. So I cannot understand your logic of denying somebody who you know needs help service because of some vaccination status.
I think what's happening, Jade, is that because I have I know the doctor is. I know who the doctor is.
Well, I don't. Thank God, because
and I feel as though this okay. Let me backtrack. Doctors that have this policy, to me, it seems less about protecting the persons who come to the office or themselves, and more about trying to ensure that everyone gets vaccinated. It seems as though there are people who are still in the go get vax part of this thing. Remember, there was a whole big drive to try and encourage people to go get vaccinated.
That's fine.
Part of the tactics that were employed had been to deny people access to certain things to encourage them. Like you can't tell me that wasn't part of the plan. Part of the plan to get people vaccinated was to deny them access to certain things. No, yes, you're gonna always hear about the safety and thing and that. The problem is that there's always ways to deal with that. For instance, in this case, if you are concerned about the spread of corona within the office, because you may also figure out that, oh, I have other patients here who, if they are to contract corona, may have it may affect them. It might affect them more than some people because of some pre-existing condition, etc., etc., etc. Then you could always you could always service the patients who have a legitimate reason for not taking the vaccine or have legitimate concerns as to why they haven't, and that informs why they haven't taken the vaccine. You could have those persons come before others or come after others. You see what I'm saying? So you could say, well, okay, you're unvaccinated. What we're doing is we clear the office at 4 o'clock, and at 5 you're able to come. We only have 2 or 3 slots a day for that, and these are the slots. These are the available days, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So there's ways to work around it. You don't want to see a situation where people are denied health care because of their vaccination status. But that has been happening. I spoke about a friend of mine in St. Martin who needed surgery and was denied access to the surgery because they chose not to get vaccinated. No, they had to now find their way to Guadeloupe to get the health care that they needed. And I don't know how these things just continue to happen. Like, I don't understand it.
But not
I
only
don't
that,
understand.
Azem, you want to tell me a doctor office in 2022 don't have rapid tests? Don't have nowhere to test to make sure this person that is unvaccinated is safe to be in the area that you are in 2022? Big 2022? Come on.
Jail, people got rapid tests in the desk, in the at work. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's people have boxes of rapid tests
Boxes.
that they just check when they come in from when they come in from
And it's a
check
party.
once a week.
Like they literally just have them there just in case they realize, you know what, I might have been a little while this weekend. Let me just make sure.
Feeling a little fluid, let me make sure it's not corona.
And I wake up with a little tingle in the throat. Let me check. But you, a big doctor, go and tell me there's no way that you could have figured out how to make sure this patient that you know is literally sick is corona free to come into the office when we have one active case in the country?
One of the things that really even like let me not even say concerned me, like it kind of annoyed me, was the fact that the person that we're speaking about highlighted the fact that for the whole 2 years, that we've been dealing with the corona, they have been also dealing with other complications as a result of the lupus. So the question is, if this person's body has been consistently in a state where constantly just trying to get things in order, like when were they going to go and take the vaccine, considering they already have concerns about it? You see what I'm saying? But my thing is, even if I didn't have, so you're trying to tell me because I have concerns about the vaccine, I can't get other health services? Like,
Nope.
to me, that is insane.
It is. It is. To tell somebody
insane.
that you're denying them health care. Many people are laughing at them. What is happening? Like, what? Y'all serious? Y'all okay? I feel like some of y'all need some mental evaluations because y'all ain't thinking with y'all brains. The brains that y'all went to school to use to become these professions that y'all in, y'all ain't using those. Because there's no logical way for you to explain to me why you decided to deny somebody that you know is sick medical care.
Because, Jade, I can tell you why, Jade. Because it's not about safety at the end of the day.
Well, clearly not.
It's about people making it their personal mission to ensure that they get as many people to go get vaccinated as possible. That's really what it is. And so, in an effort to achieve your goal, you end up prioritizing things that really and truly don't line up with the priorities of the persons you're serving, or even to me, even the ultimate goal of your profession. So it's sad because when I started hearing about this at first. I remember when my friend was telling me about this. I kind of started feeling like, it's just one of these anti-vaxxers who just like got a
Oh,
problem in
spreading a little
everything.
rumor here and there, you know, that does get down.
Yeah. So I really was like dismissive. I'm gonna be totally honest. Until I recognized that my friend was letting me know, like, yeah, leaving for Guadeloupe today and such and such. I said, but wait, like, so them man really ain't letting you get
Yeah.
this surgery? It's like, yeah, they refuse.
Yeah. you know what's so you know what's so funny? As all through the pandemic, the healthcare professionals have been telling us, right? Take the vaccine to save to help to save lives, to help protect yourself from death and you know the virus doing this and that to you. For you all to only leave people for death anyway.
But Jade,
So how does
the
that
thing about
work?
but the thing about it for me is that if you're saying that if I am not allowed to come to the office, right, because I am not vaccinated, I mean the people that India, one can assume that they are vaccinated.
Yeah.
But if they're vaccinated, why won't you me for?
If they're protected, what you
Yeah, why won't you for? Like, is it that you don't have faith in the vaccine that you want me to go and get?
just make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because currently the match them ain't matching. Currently as them, the maths them ain't adding up. Because you telling us one thing and then doing a whole different thing to contradict the thing that you're telling us to do because it can save lives. Well, try save mine. You so care about saving lives. Well, you ain't trying to save mine. Also, my life is worth less because I am unvaccinated.
Jade, remember when this whole vaccine before we even got the first vaccine on the island, right? My concern was that everybody knows they want you to take the vaccine. Oh, take the vaccine, take the vaccine, take the vaccine. And my concern was, well, nobody is willing to tell me where the line is. And when I started calling out some of the things, people on the live was telling me I being ridiculous. When I started to say, oh, so suppose you decide you can't go to the supermarket because you're unvaccinated. What if you decide you can't go to the hospital or the doctor because you're vaccinated? People laugh here. I made the exact statement here.
Joke is joke till they no joke, you know. Look
I
at it
keep
now.
saying, so people, like, we have all these limitations, right? On people, the powers that be put all the limitations on people, but somehow they forget to put the limitations on what they can do. There's no limitations there.
Nope.
They just do whatever they want.
Just
I
vibes.
can't go here, I can't do this, I can't do that. But they can't. Nobody could say, okay, you cannot be denied health service because of your vaccination status. You can't be denied access to a public beach because of your vaccination status. You can't. Nobody just said them things.
You know
You see what I'm
why?
saying?
Because
Like,
they
nobody,
don't
nobody
want
likes to put the limits on the powers.
they don't want to say these things because they don't want to put people in a position where they cannot do what they want when it comes to denying health services, denying something that you need. They just don't want people who should be able to deny, like have a limit on how they could do it.
And these things are easy to fix now. These things are easy to fix.
Of course. As if we could come up with 4 solutions just now. I'm pretty sure, again, the people who went to school, did all the studies, research, as they said, all of these things, could figure it out as well. Me no doctor. I never
But
been, I never like blood.
But Jade, if we're at a point where the majority of the population, one, not only is vaccinated, but also had access to the vaccinations, meaning those of us who are going to who were interested in getting vaccinated probably already have. The vast majority of people who were interested in getting vaccination have already done so, right? Because of the time that has elapsed since we've had the vaccines here, right? if that is the case, then I feel that once, then I think we're at a place now where we have to recognize, hey, the people that haven't been vaccinated aren't vaccinated for a reason, whether that is health reasons, whether that is just concerns over the vaccine, whatever it is. Now, if the vaccine is supposed to operate the way that it's supposed to operate, why are we still having these vax versus unvax debates?
Listen, I could not believe that
Because
we still.
if the vaccine does what you said it should do, then the risk is really to the persons who have chosen not to take the vaccine, not the persons who have taken it,
Yeah.
especially recognizing that corona doesn't have a place where it feels more comfortable spreading. So corona don't feel more comfortable spreading in the doctor office than in the bus.
The man, they don't pick and
And this,
choose.
but this is the thing that upsets me. For instance, right? I traveled. So I'm here in Tartola now, right? So I came to Tartola and Liat.
On time?
Liat was,
On time?
it wasn't well. Yeah, it was on time actually. It was on time. Even after delay,
As
you know what happened.
delay me that I wasn't on time.
No. Listen what I'm saying. So I'm going to board the plane. The plane is boarding early. That's what's happening. Plane boarding early. And then just as I'm about to clear the security check, I just hear this alarm going off. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Terrorist attack? But I know it wasn't a terrorist attack because of the faces of the security personnel. Everybody was just like, no, I really? So I was like, okay, well, we ain't dying because they look more annoyed than anything else. But because the plane was early, by the time they sorted out what was going on, the other thing was, up to now, the fire truck ain't moving because where they evacuated us to, out of the terminal, you could see the fire place.
And you know,
But
once
then
they move, then you're good. If
they move, so I woke
the
up
fire
again.
truck or the ambulance they move, you're good.
Yeah. So them they up there just like, I'm missing no smoke, we ain't going nowhere. But what I'm saying is, so I traveled to Tartola and Liat. Liat has no seating restrictions. Anybody that has been on a plane know how close you have to sit to persons, right? The plane was full, Jade. There was so much, it was so much so that people had to sit in the jump seat, like in the emergency seating.
Oh, wow.
As a matter of fact, when I got to my seat, there was this guy that I know sitting in the seat. I was like, "Miss, you see this vagabond sitting in my seat? Take on my seat." Man, no, the man got the same number as me. So he's like, "Okay, where is it? Be overbooked?"
You call him a vagabond boy, just so?
If people sit on the plane, you got to be one. So, but in his defense, he had the same number. So eventually, she moved up people, bam, bam, bam. We sat down. Now we get off the plane, Jade. We got to go into the terminal to sit 6 feet apart. It's like, realize you just come off a plane, come up.
So, no, wait, hold on. I looked down for 2 seconds and the last statement you made almost flew over my head. Come again. You said it. You left a packed side to side, shoulder to shoulder plane to in the terminal to sit 6 feet.
So they have just like how we have a separate building where we go for the health screening before we go to immigration. They have a similar setup. So you have to go to this room, right? You have to go to this room and sit in the room, and they ensure that you are spaced out 6 feet apart.
It's too late, man.
If they see you talking to somebody, then it's like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, y'all realize you just come off a plane where everybody come up reading the same ear for could have been 3 hours.
That's why I tell you, as a matter of these things don't make no sense. When they started telling us that we have to wear masks to enter restaurants and then take them off once we pass the person that
in about sense.
Clearly in about sense.
Like,
because how this makes sense? You're telling me that, so what Corona going to stop when I enter in the place? So what Corona was going to don't come off the plane because what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't believe we're still talking about this, you know?
Yeah. No, my thing is, look, Persons can choose to wear the mask if they feel comfortable, right?
No, because American Airlines said that we got to stop.
No, you could wear it still if you
I know,
want
I know,
to.
I'm not just joking, man. I'm just saying that there's airlines that literally having mask mandates cut out. There's places that are cutting off mask mandates.
No, in the US, actually, it's no longer federally mandated to wear it on like this transportation. You know what was funny about that?
What?
You saw the videos of the mask mandate being lifted while people on the flight.
They took them off 1 minute.
They had a whole celebration. Somebody said airplane air is filtered and cleaner than on the ground, but does it filter corona?
Sir, does it filter corona?
Anyway, but yes, so yeah, on the airplanes, the mask mandate was lifted while planes were in the air. And so what I found interesting was that, so you're saying that to enter the plane 10 minutes ago, I would not be allowed on the plane if I didn't have a mask. I refused to wear a mask.
Yeah.
But then 10 minutes into the flight, 10 minutes into a flight, there are people singing. I saw a video of two random strangers kissing on the plane. Like they just walk out. Hey, you want to kiss?
I know I don't get deny people health services because they're vaccinated. Please cut it out. Moral of this whole story, cut it out. Y'all are being ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Understand early pandemic, mid pandemic. But no, when people literally acting like the pandemic is over is when y'all want to be pushing this still. Come on, man. Come on. Give it a rest.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, and I've been saying this from the start of this thing. This concern, the concern has been, but the rhetoric has been lives before livelihoods, right? The problem is that if you really care about people, these cannot be the decisions that you're making.
No.
These cannot be. You cannot tell me that I cannot come to you for a checkup because I feel as though something is wrong in my body, knowing that I have a serious autoimmune disease like lupus, right? And tell me that I can't get the treatment because I'm unvaccinated, like, and then still come and tell me that your ultimate goal is the health and well-being of me, your patient. Like it don't make sense.
It doesn't.
It don't make sense.
It doesn't.
And again, I might not be the sweetest piece of sugar cane in the field, but I know that I'm innocent.
Friend, you know, anyway.
The goal, Jade, the goal is to just gone. The goal is to just, I mean, and say what it is. The goal really is to just force people into a position where they have to take the vaccine because you think that's what they should do.
Yeah, but that ain't how life work, man. That's not how life should work, I should say. Anyway, let's move on to something else. It's y'all time. It's y'all favorite time in the morning. We're talking politics because yay, it's happening. So, you want to sing for us?
It's tea.
Why am I my video? Oh, there we go. Yes. So, as I was mentioning earlier before I went down this rabbit hole of a rant, our Deputy Prime Minister had an interview with our friends over at Observer Radio, specifically Mr. Darren Matthew. Problem maker. He's an instigator, you know.
Yeah, devil's advocate.
Yeah. And so, coming out of this meeting, we now feel, well, we've now learned that the Deputy Prime Minister is not optimistic about the coalition survival. Well, sir? Okay. Citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as people across the Caribbean region, are waiting in anticipation for a decision by Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris on the way forward for the Team Unity Coalition made up of the People's Labour Party, People's Action Movement, and the Concerned Citizens Movement. During a live interview on Observer Radio on Wednesday morning yesterday, Deputy Prime Minister and leader of the People's Action Movement, the Honorable Sean K. Richards, said he is not confident of a positive outcome. So they're paraphrasing basically the interview. So it says, Observer Radio reporter, which is Darren, are you optimistic that this matter can be resolved? Was there any indication from Prime Minister Harris that I see you have a point? Let me try to see if I can work with you. Was there any conciliatory tone coming from the Prime Minister from your perspective? Richards remarked, honestly, I am not optimistic. When I left the two meetings which were held with the Prime Minister, I can't say that I was disappointed. Wait, you can't say that you was disappointed? Or you can say? Anyway, I said can't, yes. I'm going to see it with the right.
Can't say he was disappointed, right? Meaning he kind of expected. I mean, he was.
Oh, he can't say that he thought something else would happen. Okay, I got you. I went into those meetings basically expecting the Prime Minister to do just as he did. As far as we are concerned, the Prime Minister is just kicking the ball further down the road. During a National Assembly on Saturday night, April 16th, Premier of Nevis and leader of the Concerned Citizen Movement, the Honorable Mark Brantley, announced a deadline of Wednesday 20th as the day when Prime Minister Harris should communicate with the coalition partners a final consensus in relation to the political chaos within the government of St. Kitts and Nevis that came to light a few months ago. Observer Radio reporter, has there been any news to report since the ultimatum has been put down to Dr. Timothy Harris? Mr. Richards replied, interestingly, there isn't any. Sorry.
Oh, he didn't deny that. He didn't. What I found interesting about that part, because we did listen to parts of the interview. What I found interesting was that he didn't deny that it was an ultimatum.
No. He did not.
No response.
Stop let me laugh so I can get you the answer, please. Please. Yes, today is Wednesday, the deadline which we have given to the Prime Minister to respond to our concerns. The day ends at midnight this evening, so maybe during the maybe during the course of the day something would be forthcoming in terms of any scheduled meetings or anything of that sort. We have not heard from the Prime Minister. Observer Radio reporter, how would you characterize your meeting with the Prime Minister in the Cabinet Room? According to Richards, the meetings were very cordial. During these meetings, we would have outlined our position. We outlined the issues that we consider to be of importance. We have also indicated to the Prime Minister our settlement terms. Basically, we placed on the table a number of solutions to the issues that we had discussed with him. Listen, I saw a bunch of people up waiting as him.
Really?
Yeah, because I was scrolling the socials. I wasn't up waiting. I just couldn't sleep. But I was up watching the socials and people were waiting to see. Because remember Mr. Drip said by midnight 11:59. Technically 11:59 yesterday. He was waiting for a response. No, I believe the Prime Minister went to sleep, eh? So
Jade,
maybe he had missed it. Maybe he missed it. Like maybe the man just fell asleep. We don't know.
You can't be giving people ultimatums, Jade. It don't end well for you.
You know somebody done me that recently. Like I forget to share the message with your friend. Somebody tell me if may reply to them by 3 p.m.
Well, look how I can just be conveniently busy at that time, no? Because
Oh no, I'm busy.
Oh no, you're busy, isn't it?
Why would I not be? Because who are you talking to?
You give me an ultimatum, ain't gonna end well for you. I telling you now, it's not gonna end well for you.
Well,
It,
today is a new day.
it takes away the ability to compromise, to discuss. It takes away all of that.
Basically, you're just
And it,
telling me you're where the highway.
yeah,
Well, here what I could. Well, I can't drive, so I can't choose the highway. But I could walk.
you come on my left though. I'll
Yeah,
pick you
man.
up.
Either way, I'm picking the highway because yeah, I don't have ultimatums. Listen, you said it yourself. You don't think ultimatums work. I don't think they work. I don't think they put people in the position that the other person wants them to be in. I just think it backfires. It just
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. I mean, I think the fact that this has come out in the public the way it has made it difficult for them to move forward. Not impossible.
but
Yesterday I gave
difficult.
it a 60-40 in favor of dissolve. So
How that number look into that?
well today more like a 95
Bye.
and dissolve.
Bye.
95 to dissolve. But
Because they said 11:59 yesterday. By then, if you ain't do this, well, we're gonna know how to move. Well, apparently he didn't do this, so let's see how they move. That's what I'm most interested in seeing. What is going to be the outcome today, knowing that they didn't get, I guess, the favorable response they were looking for?
yeah, at this point I don't think the response they claim to be looking for is what they really wanted. I think they got the response that they really wanted.
At the meetings?
And well, this last night, the response that they wanted had to be no response.
Oh. Oh. Well,
Yeah. At that point, you know what's gonna happen. I tell you, these men smarter than us, you know. So they know what's going on.
yeah.
They're smarter than us, so they know what's going on.
By the way, lovely news to report. Apparently, the inside of government headquarters got a little facelift.
Really?
Yes, due in part to the fact that our late former premier is lying in state India. So
So he's in St. Kitts right now?
yes, he's actually at government headquarters. I think the time for people to go and view I think it's 9:30 today. I think it's either 9 or 9:30 today. So it should be in a few for people who want to go and pay their last respects to the former premier of Nevis. Lovely layout. I think I saw a picture of his layout today.
I haven't seen that. But what I did see though was parts of the live stream from the arrival of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do believe that it was fitting and you know I think it really helped to show the family especially just how much the the country appreciates his contribution. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good welcome back ceremony. Question is the plan that he then is moved to Nevis and also the people of Nevis be given a similar opportunity to pay their last respects in that particular way?
I don't remember exactly what I read yesterday. I do know he's off to Nevis tomorrow, but
Okay.
I don't know about him lying in state in Nevis. However, I do know Nevis has an half holiday coming up. Congratulations. I hope it trickles over here. I hope they just,
Make it a federal thing.
yeah, I feel like they should.
Well, I mean, based on what the Honorable Matt Brantley is suggesting, if Nevis is getting a half holiday, I then being on the pro rata population, that think it should at least get a full day holiday. If Nevis is getting a half day holiday, you got to share the holidays like the CBA money.
Oh, never mind. They have the holidays for sports. Well, holiday none.
Yeah,
Where I thought this was for?
no, all for the mini Olympics. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
the
the
mini
usual thing.
Olympics. The
That's the
mini
usual thing.
Olympics. Yo, one thing
However,
they
I
love over
said
there is the mini Olympics, eh?
yeah, Watch that there has to be one of the biggest events on the calendar. Like in the federation, it ain't just a Sneevis thing, no.
No.
That's a big thing.
So that's what I saying it's need the same. We
Yeah,
all
but
need to go watch the sports in Nevis, okay?
yep. Yep.
Somebody said Charlestown again with an orange hat. So we know who they're rooting for.
Yeah, that is big. That is big thing.
Yeah, I feel like we deserve a holiday as well, just to go over to watch the sports.
A lot of people do.
Mm-hmm. I think I might be going. I think this is something that I want to attend as well. The mini Olympics.
Sure. Yeah, we get that.
So I
think. Go ahead.
Now what about to say? I thought, when it comes to funerals of this caliber, there would also be something like this. Maybe we're gonna get a whole holiday. Maybe everybody gonna be off that day.
That day of mourning.
Yeah, I mean we already have how many? It was 7, 10?
10. I think it's 10 days.
One of them have to be a holiday.
But yeah, I mean, this is just I think it's one of those things where, like I said, you really showing the family in particular a level of appreciation for the contribution of the individual, and yeah, I think he definitely deserves it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they do. Boy.
But in other news, the hope would have been that you don't need to wait until something like this happens for you to decide, well, yeah, let's fix up governmental quarters.
Please, paint. I still can't understand why governmental quarters look like this,
Jade, we need a new governmental quarters. It needs to be something that instills a sense of national pride.
That ain't happening before we get a new hospital, man, as they say. So.
Yeah. You're right.
Priorities.
You think we need a new hospital? I think is the mindset of the people in charge, and the processes and the level of accountability that needs adjustment.
Both. I say both because Azim, you gone? What's happening here?
No, I hear.
So who knock you off my Zoom?
I don't know. I wait.
Oh my. Hold on. Somebody is playing with my emotions currently. And it is OBS. Oh dear. But to be honest, I think it's both. Because one, as of recent, I went to the hospital to visit a friend, and the state of their room, which was supposed to be a private room, atrocious. So I think it's a mixture of both. Like, there shouldn't be rusting and all these things happening in hospital rooms. It's a hospital.
You're supposed to get tetanus on your hospital bed?
I don't feel so, man. I don't know about anybody else, but I prefer to leave the hospital tetanus free. How about you, friend?
Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest, Jade. I know of situations where nurses have been forced to transfer out of healthcare because of, complications as a result of the environment at the hospital.
Yeah. Well, sorry, hold on. I need to get you back in on the Zoom, so I have to stop Zoom and restart it.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yes, because it's not giving me the quality it was giving me before. So that means I have to do it.
So why don't take a break and deal with it?
Well, that's what I was getting to.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a break, fix the Zoom, and be right back with more. Oh boy. Might need some water too as well in the break. But we'll be right back with more ILNT right here with Media SKN. Stick and stay.
It's tool season at Horsewood's Building and Nevis Centers, and we're making it easy to get the right tools for your home improvement. For this April Tools Month, hundreds of tools store-wide have been slashed by 25% off. That's 25% off tools store-wide, from drills to cutters, wrenches to hammers, and much more. It's tool season at Horsewood's this April with 25% off store-wide on tools. Horsewood's Building and Nevis Centers, St. Kitts and Nevis' favorite home improvement stores, making home improvement easy. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island T, right here on Win Media SKN, and we are back with more tea time. Jade?
Indeed. Indeed. Yes, what were you saying right before the break?
Who knows? I can't remember that, did you?
I know, that's why I asked you.
No,
I
but
thought you would.
I was saying that we've seen situations where we have nurses who have had to literally leave the healthcare field because they were getting sick at the hospital as a result of the environment.
And that, my friend, is insanity.
Yeah. I mean, things like mold and so at the hospital, like this ain't no hearsay or nothing. This is, yeah, we've seen the results of it. We've seen results of it, but I believe that yes, yeah. So okay, so perhaps we could do some work has to be done
Yeah.
in relation to the hospital. But I do believe also the fact that it was allowed to get there, that this is what is happening, that we're hearing some of the complaints that we're hearing, has to do also with just the mindset of the person. So it has to be a full-fledged change in the way that things are done at the hospital.
Not only that, one of our biggest issues in this country is maintenance. We build, but we don't maintain. And that is not a good idea. Like, we have to. If we want to have these things that we spend all these monies on work how we want them to work for a long time, we have to maintain them. It's just common sense.
Yeah, it just feel like the opening ceremony is more important than the actual running of the facility. It's like so much is put into everything up until the point when everyone is cut, and then
okay, our job here is done.
Yeah. Well, they can work it out.
Yeah. let them work it out indeed. But no, we can, just like how we maintain the sporting facilities that we have, just how they wanna pack it. The cricket side specifically. The cricket side specifically.
But because that ain't controlled by St. Kitts, I don't think.
That would explain it. If that's the truth, that would explain it.
It's not, at least it's not fully controlled by us, I could tell you that.
Yeah, because I don't understand. Like, how do we have these things? We said that we fixed up our. As I might say, one time I went to the hospital to see a doctor, right? And she told me to come to the back. I think that's where like most of the old hospital resides.
The old hospital areas, yeah.
Why is there still an old hospital residing behind there? Why we don't just get rid of the building? Why we don't knock it down? Why is it that I literally thought I was lost, you know? As them behind there look like the scene out of one of them horror movies.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Why does that still exist?
Why
Why
is
is
that
it that
space
the
not being
hospital
utilized?
leaking water when it rains? Are you sure the hospital was leaking just now because it was raining?
Yeah, we've seen the pictures of the hospital flooding.
That can't make sense. That can't make sense to me. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. So I don't know why we're still doing this. But yes, I do think it's a mixture of both. We do need a new hospital and we also need a new mindset. Plus some maintenance on top of it.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just wait and see. Let's see what else I had here. Some good news at least. So, let's see here. Win exclusive. Indiana University launches digital collection on Black wealth in America, spearheaded by SKN native Willa Liebert Tavernier. Hope I didn't butcher that. Daughter of the Soil, Willa Liebert Tavernier, a research, impact, and open scholarship librarian at Indiana University, conceived and made reality an idea for an open source digital resource collection chronicling the experience. I feel like I said that word wrong.
Chronicling.
Yes. The experience of African Americans in gaining and losing weight. The collection is called The Land Wealth Liberation Digital Resource, and it details the experiences of African Americans exploring how black communities were established and the various ways in which they were eventually destroyed, some by violence, some by government policy and infrastructure projects. The resource is an interactive timeline with photos, videos, historical information, and resources for educators covering 1820 to 2020. The timeline includes the American Colonization Society and Missouri Compromise in 1820, the Civil War in the 1860s, Tulsa in 1921, the New Deal era in the 1930s, and the period referred to as urban renewal from the 1940s to the 1970s. Additionally, within the digital resource, the material also explores Black Wall Street, early settlements of African American communities, survivors of destroyed communities, allyship, and other overlooked aspects of African American history in America. Win News spoke to with Tavernier in an exclusive interview where she shared the inspiration for the creation of the digital resource, citing her unique experience as a national of St. Kitts and Nevis and having had access to the history of her country when compared to the misinformation of the African American experience in the U.S. There's a lot of misinformation online. It's quite a different experience. Having grown up in St. Kitts and Nevis and living in the U.S. for a few years, in terms of the way the U.S. doesn't confront its history head-on and the lack of knowledge just generally in society about the experiences of people who are not the dominant culture, says the librarian. I think because of that lack of knowledge and also because we are living in this information age where there's a lot of information online, but people don't necessarily have the skills to distinguish between what is reliable information and what is unreliable information. There is, as a result, a lot of tension between people from different cultural groups. I'll stop there. If y'all want to read the rest of this article, head over to Win Media SKN on Facebook or our website. It will be there for you to see.
I mean, congratulations to her. And I think that's a very important undertaking. What I found interesting about it is the fact that she cited the difference in the experience being, from St. Kitts and what was happening there, whereas it feels as though these are the types of projects that we need here, because I don't think a lot of our history is, let me not say it's not available. It's not that it's not available. I think it is. But I think it is not presented a lot of times in ways that encourage persons to go out and interact with it and just learn about the history. For instance, there's a lot of information at the National Archives. And big up to Miss Oklaharty. I think she's doing an amazing job, especially with limited resources. But I think that we need the information to then be put into very specific ways, not only just compiled into like certain very specific presentations, but also the way that it's presented must be fun, interactive, to encourage people to want to learn about it, right? And I think that is where we're missing. We're definitely missing out. For instance, and I think this is something that plagues us not only just when we're talking about history, but I know people that come home trying to do like research papers and is like pulling teeth trying to find data.
Come home, I just watch parents on Facebook asking questions because the child have a project and they do not know where to find the information for this project.
Yeah, that's a big one too. That's a big one, and I think it just really highlights the fact that one, I don't think we really do catalog as much as we can.
Whoa, sorry, a mosquito just
when we're
attacked
talking
me.
about things that people feel significant, like historically significant, perhaps yes, but outside of that, like people don't even know we have a statistics department. To me, the statistics department need to be compiling statistics and presenting it to people in fun ways so people just know what's going on with the country. You know, whether it's animations, whether it is digital shots, whether it is stuff on the local media houses, to let people know what's going on, what it like, because a lot of times until we look at the data, we don't have like these false ideas of what actually happening in the country. False ideas. I mean, when we start talking about, for instance, even I remember when we were celebrating the Buckley's War, commemorating the Buckley's uprising. Sorry, people don't know the names of the people that lost their lives. Like we just don't know.
Nope.
It seems like as though it's not that information isn't there. It's just that there's a small subset of people who, for whatever reason, they have an interest in it and they commemorate it, they remember it. They're the ones that kind of keep that information going. When these are the types of things that inform who we are as a people, and so those are the things that should be widespread and presented in a way for the masses to be able to just digest.
Yeah,
It should
somebody
be
saying
something
our
that
National
seems like
Archives has also reached out to the schools, and the interest has not always been there. There is probably a national conversation to be had about that integration because it's a two-way street.
Jade, this is my thing, right? If you are a part of an institution that catalogs what is happening in the country, that is a resource that, yes, of course, schools, families, and all these different societal groups should want to tap into, right? Definitely. But at the same time, you are the one who, seen from a macro perspective, like what's going on. I think what's really happened is that the archive is under-resourced and understaffed. So they can't really do a lot of the things that they should be doing. I think that's really the issue. I think
Yeah.
they're understaffed and under-resourced. Because the truth is, it's one thing to tell people like, hey, we have all this information here. If you want to come down and check it out, that's one thing. But if you start presenting the information in interactive, informative, fun, exciting ways, then the information would be digested by a wider audience. You can make its rounds.
True. That's
I
true.
mean, I'll give you an example. Remember the guy who does be around there by Seventh Day Adventist School, right? From Newtown there.
Oh, Iron Man.
Iron Man, right?
His name is Iron Man.
The man there forever. People just know him as the Iron Man, the partner who does exercise and dresses a little different and live in an old sugar mill, right?
The man live in an
Like,
old
that's
sugar
pretty
mill,
much what-
that's vibes.
That's pretty much what people know.
Yeah.
It took people from overseas to come see the man, do interview. For a lot of people to realize, but the man ain't crazy. Like the man in.
I don't know why
in
they thought he
Spain.
was. I mean, actually, yeah, I could see why that.
But because
yeah.
because when things are different,
Yeah.
people just classify it as these things. People classify it as crazy, stupid.
No. He
Right,
actually is
so-
quite
so that's-
intelligent.
Right, so a lot of time it'll take people from overseas to come and see this is what is going on and present us to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that should be the case. Like, but that's just how it does happen. A lot of times, yes, sometimes it's lack of resources, but I mean, we are the ones who have to recognize our stories and the value in the stories to the people and tell them.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
so
But-
hopefully, what she's doing in the US could spark somebody here, or the relevant persons, to present the information that we've been collecting in ways that really appeal to the masses. It's needed.
Or even hopefully once she can, or she has the time, she can start this initiative here as well.
Yeah.
Apply the
Sure.
same type of formula, and we have something similar to what she's built in the US. But let's move on and talk about some quick karma. And oh boy, y'all need to stop playing with people. Hold on, let me fix my puff. Okay, so this is coming out of San Antonio. A carjacker who beat up and stole a 71-year-old woman's vehicle dies in crash shortly after. Would you look at that? I know he had down his bingo card, boy.
All right.
So, a carjacker who severely wounded a great-grandmother was killed in a car crash shortly after stealing the vehicle. Sorry, listen. I shouldn't laugh, but that is hilarious. I'm not going to lie. You steal your death? You literally expedited your death, you know?
Boss, let me tell you something, right? When you hear people stealing from these type of people, but I mean, he's sorry for them.
What was I for? He's
I'm sorry.
severe.
I know I should be, and it's a sad thing. A life was
somebody
lost.
lost a life, but here, sometimes we just gotta learn the hard way. And he learned the hardest way possible. Now you got to go up to God and go explain this. Remember that line we was talking about? So God went just watch him and tell him go on the side?
Yeah.
He's one of them
I'll
go on
get
the
to you
side
later.
people.
I'll get to you later. Cool over there. 'Cause we have to have a
Yeah,
conversation.
we're gonna get to you because you was down there doing too much. So, according to reports, 71-year-old San Antonian Shirlene Hernandez was running errands when the thief approached her. It is reported that the man hit her in the face several times and ripped the keys from her hands before driving off with the car. Following the hijacking, police found the car on the interstate highway, but it was totaled. The suspected carjacker's body was found inside. Despite being shaken by the experience, the great-grandmother isn't letting the crime shape her life as she continues to work while saving for another car. I
Wow.
know. A GoFundMe has been launched by her granddaughter to help her purchase a vehicle so she could get to work or appointments. It has already raked in over 20,000 US. Why is a 71-year-old still working?
Cause she got bills, Jade.
Why does she have bills?
I mean, when she have bills, cause she living,
Bruh.
the bills don't stop, yeah. The bills don't stop. The bills don't stop, man. Ah, when your debt bill coming still.
Yeah, man.
Hmm.
You better believe it. But boy, I wouldn't say this is unfortunate. Usually when I hear people dying, it's unfortunate. But this one, hey,
My karma does hit hard when you're ready, yeah.
and boy, instant karma is a thing, you know. Instant karma as him is a real thing. Because he just thief the car.
Man ain't even probably get to go in the bag to see what it is he get.
Nothing.
Guy ain't get to check out nothing.
The angel of death said, haha, I got one. Probably was looking down like, who down there while, you know? That's why I may understand
Probably like,
why
it's a
not happening
slaughter.
to put
It's a
them, you know. But anyway.
Yeah, probably was like, I just slotted today. Mr. Okufa in there. Oh, watch it.
Oh my gosh. Boy, I be here and never do that again.
But Jade, we were saying this the other day, like, people are steal for a lot of different reasons, right?
Uh-huh.
But you see, when you're stealing from people who obviously struggling, like, that
And
is
he
a
ain't,
different kind of.
bro, he ain't even just stole it, you know. He beat her. He beat her. Like you literally punched a 71-year-old woman. As in this woman ain't never look like she could fight back. And you punched her multiple times. Look at her face. Look at her. Wait, wrong way. Look at her face, Azim.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Hey, come on, man. Come on. Whatever happened to you, At this point, whatever happened to you because you caused this. You caused this.
Jade, the instant justice thing there, really, you know, I've seen like situations where it happened here. I remember I was young. I was really young. I remember I was going home. So I had to drive through. A certain village.
Mm-hmm.
And we're driving through the village and it's commotion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Only to find out what going on is they had this guy, well, they had a series of break-ins in the village.
Mm-hmm.
Series of break-ins in the village. And this Sunday night, they caught the guy because he went into this old lady house. I was attempting to steal whatever, and the woman balled my door. And it just happened that the band them linemen on the block will run over, because of course the old woman in the village bawling. Run over, catch the fella coming out of the thing. But watch your Jade.
I know. Fred, I know.
Everybody in the village bang, you know.
What?
Jade, I saw a child. The child couldn't be more than 6. Give the man some kick, yeah.
As he should. You ain't too young to learn about jungle justice, okay?
But I was like, wow. But it's a thing. Stay out of people's house.
That's all.
Stay out of people's house. Stop thief from people.
Stay out of people. Simple maths. Stay out of people's house.
So that instant justice is a real thing, but I just see when them and catch certain people in some of these other countries, what they do to them. Right?
Prime example, Jamaica, bye.
I wasn't gonna say that. Yeah, bye.
You might as well, friend, because we know what is going on over there. From you cross the boundaries and they catch you.
You're not calling the police, yeah?
No, you're going on a t-shirt, man. You're going up in some clothes with some wings on your back. Don't listen, it's a rap.
I see this man one time, by the man had him there, say he must have went in some old woman house. The old woman ball out, suggesting that he was attempting to sexually assault her. All the man could do is crawl up in the fetal position, yeah, and
Because he
take
know
blows,
what
yeah.
come here as him. I got to this protect your face.
But the man just crawl up in the fetal position and take blows by.
What's he gonna do?
Take
And
blows.
and to be honest, like I'm not for jungle justice when you murder people, but some people could take a good wash out, man.
Right.
Some people sometimes you got to wash them out because they don't
As
learn any other way.
as one of the women in one of the videos I've seen where the jungle justice was being dished out was saying, just not kill him. Just not kill him.
At least, at least.
Police reach. But the man tell the police, no. We got another 5 minutes here before we give him to you.
You better cool
So,
as finish.
I better cool over there till we done.
You think some police officers understand? Like you think there are officers that would literally see these things happening, know what the person did, and just be like, you know what, let me just give them another 3 minutes.
But yeah, but I think if you get into a point where the police really concerned for the person's life, then they'll jump in.
Yeah.
I've seen that too. I've seen a video where I went down a real rabbit hole of jungle justice one day. You know, like YouTube, the algorithms are just keep feeding you them, and you just keep going on the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of jungle justice videos one day, and then one time the police came, and then the police was like telling me, "That's enough. That's enough. That's enough."
That's enough.
And they wasn't taking him on, so he let off a couple shots in the ear, and that kind of tin up the place.
Yeah,
And
just
then
to just to let them know, like, yeah, we serious, man.
yeah.
We serious. But
That's
yeah,
enough.
I fight it when it comes to these things. If you are somebody out here, I feel like pedophiles, thieves, what else goes in those categories? Abusers. If you get a little touch up from the community,
From the community.
fear is fear.
Yeah,
Fear
there are some
is
communities
fear.
that are real close, like real close. Some communities, even if it's just a 1-2 streets, yeah, they're real close, and they don't want the people, the people that be like, look, you could do them things, just not here. Just not here.
Just
It's
not
understood.
here.
It's understood, just not here.
And you better know what I mean. You better fully understand what that means.
Speaking of atrocious
What?
acts, nobody know who burned down Molyneux School yet?
No.
What going on here, boy?
No, friend.
We,
Maybe it's a secret. Maybe it's a
there's
secret.
no video, nothing. Nobody got no information, nothing.
Bruh. What we supposed to see and talk about, we don't talk about. Or we don't see. Late had been somebody news on the road, you would have see it all over the socials as
We got video from different angles, cell phone video, security
different
footage.
colors, different angles. But nobody know. But nobody know who burned down the school.
How you burn down a school, boy?
A school, you know. A school. And nobody could say.
The man got to find a person there. That they can't go so.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't as him. But yet here we are.
Just carry the person down on the play field. Let the community decide what they're doing with him. Don't worry. Maybe Charles Hospital right there.
What? Where's the hospital?
I kid.
JK.
JK.
Kind of.
Oh boy, but yeah, man, there's some things that people do that affect persons, because I'll tell you something, right? One of the things, you see those things that you're talking about. The issue with those types of behaviors is the fact that it makes the community feel unsafe. Like, if you hear somebody went in somebody's house, you start thinking up your door too, If you hear there's somebody going around molesting, peeping on people, the entire community is they'll be on edge.
Of course, as him.
Ain't like to say, oh, these two people had a fight and over some disagreement and somebody get their head bust or something. Like, no, like them things don't affect the community. Like when you have persons at large going in people's house, attempting to sexually assault people, peeping on people. Like,
Nah, we gotta get them out of here.
Them things affect the community different.
Yeah, we them there. We gotta get somebody asking if we know what. Does anybody know what time the address to the nation by the PM is today? When he
I
announced
didn't know
that,
there was one. I didn't know there was one.
I didn't know there was one either. So clearly we missed something.
You expect one? I don't expect one. I expect one as in response to the ones that I expect.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't expect one from the Prime Minister. I expect one from the other sides. Like I expect one from CCM. I expect one from Pam, but I don't think I expect one from the Prime Minister, man.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? We might. He might. You think he should?
I think he can respond. I think if there's announcements made by other members of the government, then he has to address it. He has to address it. He can't just not address it.
Yeah.
So, and that hasn't been his style. He had made remarks after the previous meeting, stating what his suggestions were and what he put on the table in the meeting in response to at least some of the grievances that were here. So I don't think after this now, if there's more public.
He's been listen. Out of everybody, right? He's been the most quiet.
Hey, smart Jade.
He's been the most quiet as every minute we've seen a statement from somebody who ain't him.
Jade, did you see Timo at the PAM convention? The man just there cooling.
Chilling.
Yeah, so what's it like? So me next after that, I said, yeah, man, this man good to go. He alright, man.
Bye. Anyway, anyhows, it's time for a break because we have to jump into a quick little announcement from the Ministry of Environment. Yes, making sure I'm calling them right. They have some good things happening tomorrow and they want to come and tell us about it. So stick and stay. We'll be right back with more LNT right on with Media and SKN.
Delicious. Lightly salted, tasty, and oh so fresh.
Delicious, multigrain, crispy, full of flavor, and so guilt-free.
Licious, buttery blend, golden brown, melts in your mouth, and of course, you just want more.
Things that make you go, Licious, the new snack cracker from Wabisco. Buttery blend, multigrain, or lightly salted. Ready to snack straight from the pack. Try them today.
Better price and
Welcome back to Island Tea, guys. It is still Thursday, 21st of April. We are at the last leg of our show. And we have a very special guest in studio today, Miss Linnell Bonaparte, who's here to talk to us about some things happening over at the Ministry of Environment. You know, we love the environment and we love those type of announcements. So, Linnell, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. And I'm happy to be here at Win FM.
All right. We love that. My co-host is also joining us, but he's on Zoom, so you will just hear a voice.
Good morning.
Yes. So, Linnell, tell us a bit about, firstly, introduce yourself to the listening and viewing audience, and then tell us a bit about why you are here and what you have for us.
Okay, so good morning to everyone again. My name is Linnell Bonaparte, a conservation officer at the Department of Environment, and I'm just here to share about Earth Day tomorrow. Every year, Earth Day is celebrated April 22nd, and there are about 93 countries celebrating Earth Day.
Oh, wow.
So St. Kitts and Nevis will be joining in, and we are celebrating Earth Day tomorrow, and we are just encouraging everyone to green out St. Kitts and Nevis. So put on something green in recognition. Green? So Jade, yes, I hope you have something green.
Do you have something green?
I have green.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
I can sing it.
So I'm just hoping that everyone can put on something green as we recognize Earth Day tomorrow.
Okay. And so what I'm guessing there's other activities happening to commemorate this day. Is there anything else that the ministry is doing?
So basically this year we are just taking it simple. We are just encouraging persons to wear green. We are talking to as many persons as we can, and we are also encouraging persons to wear the green, post it online, as well as tag the Department of Environment so that we can know that persons participated. Throughout, we have our month in June, which we are going to continue talking and sharing about the importance of investing in our earth, and that is the theme for this year's Earth Day. Invest in our earth. We only have one earth which God has given to us, and we have to take care of it because earth provides all our needs, and indeed, if we destroy it, where would we go to next? So that is what we are here. In June, we will continue when we have our Environment Month. So we have a whole month of activities coming in June. But for now, we are just giving persons a little appetizer, just whetting their appetites for June. So we are just encouraging persons to put on green tomorrow as we recognize Earth Day. But look forward to June when more will come.
Okay, so what are some of the things people can do besides wearing green to try and help to keep the earth as healthy as possible?
Yes, so one project that is coming, that is under the Department of Environment in partnership with the Taiwanese, is a recycling project. So we have a recycling project coming up. There will be areas where you can put your different plastics. Well, a list of items will be given later on that you can place at these areas. The project is still being, organized. So we have some fine details to still work out, but that will be coming. So when it comes on board, we ask everybody to bring your bottles and what's not, because we know the dangers with plastic. And later on, and I sometimes I wonder if people know of this, that when we dispose of our plastics the wrong way, it later impacts us negatively, whether our neighbors, ourselves, our children, because it enters into the food chain, and then we eat it. So basically, the fish or whatever consume on it, and then we later consume it, and that term is bioaccumulation. Anybody in biology will know that term. It bioaccumulates, and then it enters into our bodies. So we really just want persons to join that recycling project. That is later on. But what can we do now? You can plant trees. So that is something easy. Plant a tree. We know that we need trees for oxygen. So that is one thing that we can do. Plant a tree. The next thing which all of us can do is unplug our appliances at home, because we get our electricity from fossil fuels. And the more we waste electricity, the more fossil fuels have to be burned. And we know the situation right now with the increase of gas price and what's not. So the more we waste, the more we spend, and the more fossil fuels have to be used. So those are just some few things that we can do. And also one that is coming to mind: stop the littering.
Please tell them again.
Stop the
Because
littering.
listen,
Stop the littering. And that is something that I want our country to recognize, that when we litter, it's not just to say that, okay, the drain cleaner or the persons cleaning the road, they have a job. But it protects our health. And we need to recognize that it protects our health. You know, when you dump, sometimes mosquito, we help to breed mosquitoes and those things. So then you have diseases that are associated with mosquitoes, like dengue fever, malaria. We even had the Zika and the chikungunya. So those are some issues with the dumping. We have the blocking of drains, and then you have flooding and those things. So many times I think when persons dump, we isolate it to what will happen, the end results. And we need to understand that it is connected. So let us use the garbage bins. When we see persons dumping, let us encourage them to, stop it. Because we have only one St. Kitts and Nevis, and we have to do everything in our power to protect it. And if we're going to continue down this road of not caring, then we are selfish and we don't care about our future generations. And this is where sustainable development comes in, where our future generations must benefit from what we are benefiting from today. They should benefit from clean air, clean water, and those things that we have today. And we have to think about our children. I don't have any children yet, but I have to think about my children.
well, I do, and I want people to think about him.
Yes, and Jade, your grandchildren.
Yes.
So yes, we have to think about these things and not be all selfish. So these are just a few ways how we can invest in our planet.
Love it, Azim. I mean,
Yeah, I think that is a very important message, and we've been hearing it from so many different people, whether it's solid waste, whether it is sustainable development, and the Ministry of Environment, just trying to reinforce the importance of us taking care of the environment. Hopefully, initiatives like tomorrow bringing awareness to Earth Day, and also the events that they have planned in June, really kind of help people to build up that type of understanding. Like, we really have to do more to just protect the environment.
I agree completely. So, guys, remember tomorrow is what, Linnell?
Earth Day.
Yes, and you guys pull out that green out the back of the drawer, your nice green shirt or your green dress or whatever your green socks, tie, but wear something green tomorrow to celebrate Earth Day. As Linnell said, we only have one Earth. We have to take care of it for not just us, but for the future generations.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So, Linnell, anything else before we wrap up this nice little conversation that we're having?
Well, that's all for now, but I just hope to see persons in their green. And once you put on your green, it is a pledge that you are doing your part to protect what we have. As I said, in June, more is going to come, so look forward to that.
Love to see it. Okay, guys, remember, wear your green tomorrow. We want to see you guys pledging to this. And I will wear my green. I have to go home and look for it, of course, because I don't really have. But I will definitely wear green for me and my co-host, since he forgot his in St. Kitts.
Also, Jade, persons can wear the green and do something. So whether you're picking up garbage from the road or planting a tree or something or unplugging your charger at home, you know, you
Got
can.
plenty to go plug out when I reach home by.
Yes, you can just take a picture and post it and tag the Department of Environment so that we see persons that actually participating and joining us.
So where can they find this? On Facebook, on Instagram, where?
Yes, so we have a Facebook page, Department of Environment, and also we are on Instagram.
Okay. So there you have it, guys. Make sure to take all your nice pictures with you, just not wearing green, but doing something to improve the earth and tag them. Let them see that you are doing your part. Well, Linnell, it was nice having you. We look forward to having you guys back in June for more of the developments happening in the the Ministry of Environment. Do have a good day, darling, and we look forward to see everybody in their greens tomorrow.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Yes, friends. So I'm gonna have to go look for my green because
Jade, I'm gonna look at my suitcase, see what I find there.
All right. I feel like you got a little something in there, man. You might just gotta dig deep, but I feel like you got a little something in there.
When I travel, all my clothes black. So
you gotta cut that habit, Fred. You have to cut that habit.
That's what I use when I work. So
sorry.
That's all I just carry. You know how it was to find one this morning?
That isn't black. And it still has black in it, so imagine that. Imagine that. Finn, what you want to talk about next? I'm tired of talking about politics. I feel like we just have to wait and see what's going to happen next before we could continue that discussion right there. Yeah. So let me see if I find anything interesting on the agenda. Do you want to talk about how one of basically a Caribbean international cricket superstar is hanging up his bat? That's what they say in cricket. I know in football is you're hanging up your.
That's returning, pulling up the stumps.
Okay, you're pulling up your.
Leaving the wicket.
I like that one. You're pulling up the stumps. Oh dear. Well, so Kieran Pollard retires from international cricket. West Indies white ball captain Kieran Pollard has retired from international cricket. The 34-year-old Pollard made the announcement via an Instagram post on Wednesday. And it said, after careful deliberation, I have today decided to retire from international cricket. As is the case for many young persons, it was a dream of mine to represent the West Indies team from the time I was a boy of 10 years, and I am proud to have represented West Indies cricket for over 15 years in both the T20 and ODI forms of the game, said the big-hitting all-rounder. Pollard's time in charge of the T20 and ODI sides lasted 3 years, and he enjoyed mixed results. As I move on and make room for those who will carry the game forward in West Indies colours, know that I will always be supporting in whatever way I can. It is with profound gratitude for living my dream that I now raise my bat. See, they don't pull up the stumps. Balek has more.
Yeah, pull up the stumps.
Yeah.
Step out of the crease.
I now raise my bat in salute to all that is West Indies cricket, he added. The all-rounder hit 2,706 runs and took 55 wickets in 123 one-day internationals, while he scored 1,569 runs and claimed 42 wickets in 101 T20 internationals. He said leading West Indies in 63 matches in total was the highest honor of his career. He became the first West Indies batter to hit 6 sixes in an over in March 2021 during a T20 international against Sri Lanka in Antigua. The hapless bowler was Akila Dhananjaya, who also picked up a hat-trick in a thrilling T20 I Series opener. Pollard is currently competing in the Indian Premier League with the Mumbai Indians, who are struggling without a win after 6 matches. They are adding that. They are adding that. Oh, somebody said, I am not an NRP. Sorry, I am allergic to green. Would blue suffice? Oh, you just put politics in everything. You know what? Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Pollard. Congratulations for his long-standing career. I actually met and spoke to him once, but he cool.
Jade, I think what happens is that a lot of times, the way we feel about the sportsmen, particularly when it comes to West Indies cricket, has a lot to do with how the team is performing. As a captain, Pollard would have received a lot of criticism, a lot of word.
Me no want captain.
A lot of people. Yeah, you know how we feel about cricket.
Boy. Oh my God.
And there's been times when he would have, of course, people would have been singing his praises and would have touted him as, savior of the West Indies and that kind of thing. So it ebbs and flows.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the day, what we want to have happen is that the people who represent us, like, understand the responsibility and go out and really try their best. I think that Pollard is one of those people who, where they feel about him, I don't think people felt that he cheated the game. So, more power to him. And, also wishing him success in whatever endeavors he kind of gets into, post cricket. So, looking forward to see what he gets into. He might stay involved in cricket. Who knows?
Well, he didn't say he retiring from cricket. He just said international cricket.
Yeah, so he might actually still play, in some of the leagues and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. He might get into coaching or something like that. So just kind of waiting to see what happens. But wishing him all the best and success in whatever he gets into after this particular chapter in his career.
Indeed. Oh, okay. So we have some type of news. Some good news, depending on who you ask. So apparently our Prime Minister is going to be honored by University of the West Indies American Foundation for exemplary leadership and achievement. Why is it not? Why would you make that sound? I said, why would you make that sound? Sir, stop pretending that Zoom freeze and answer me. Wait, did Zoom freeze? Oh, ma'am. As it might have actually been frozen. Oh, you see what happened? He make that weird sound and all of a sudden he get cut off. I don't know what to tell y'all, but he's no frozen. Oh dear, well, I'll read it anyway. Well, y'all have this meme of Azim. Y'all snap y'all pictures quickly. So, St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, is set to headline a group of 8 distinguished recipients of the 25th anniversary. Oh dear. I hope he'll be back shortly. Yes, while we wait on Azim to rejoin us. He is among 25 distinguished recipients of the 25th anniversary awards of the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies. PM Harris is set to receive the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies prestigious legacy award for his leadership, which facilitates nation building, strengthening regional alliances, and creating a legacy that future generations can build on. At its 25th anniversary gala set for Thursday, sorry, where did it go? Oh dear, I lost the article, guys. I'm sorry. Yes, Thursday in New York City, the AFUWI will also honor Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown, and Vice Chancellor's Award will go to Premier of Nevis Mark A. Brantley. Oh, y'all in all kind of things, man. Jamaican business executive and Grace Kennedy CEO Don Webby will be presented with its Chancellor Award for Excellence in Global Business Leadership, and the Grace Kennedy Group will receive the AFUWI Corporate Award for Global Business Excellence. Other prestigious AFUWI awards will be going to Wayne Burson, Chief Executive Officer, BDO USA, who will receive the Pinnacle Award for Excellence in Financial Advisory Services. Don Lewis, as him said back on the internet. Oh dear. Okay, he look like he's coming back now. See, friend, this is why you should.
And if they got me room bug.
Boy, you make that sound and your service costs for one time.
Jade, everything went down, watch your phone service, everything gone there.
I don't want to laugh, but you actually missed me telling the viewers and listeners that there were some other people getting awards. I have to recap them for you because you missed it. So, as I was telling them, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston A. Brown, and the Vice Chancellor's Award will go to Premier of Nevis, Mark Brantley. So, yeah, so we uncles them getting some things.
Being honored and thing.
Yeah. I think it's the 25th anniversary gala is set for Thursday, which is today. So today they're being honored with all of these things.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sorry, I tell you, but it's just the timing is just ironic.
Boy, like that was
Timing
wild.
is just ironic. Like it just.
They saw me complete. Like I couldn't even read properly. Stop your nonsense on the radio, as
Me, I learned my lesson, I think then I wrong about Netflix when I done, so I mean say nothing stupid. I think like
you make a sound that cut your internet. Vibes.
Oh boy.
Vibes.
Love it. Oh boy.
But sorry, I'm sipping some water.
Yeah, I think the nation is on high alert. Jade, let me ask you a question. You think if
you always wonder this at the end of the show. Go ahead.
You think that if it so happens that no resolution was reached and both CCM and People's Action Movement decide to cut ties with the PLP, do you believe that we instantly will get a dissolution of Parliament, or do you believe that they'll continue to work together in government until more time is see, one of the things that is interesting for me is, and we know that the question was asked to the Deputy Prime Minister, if all these things going on and thing, why not just go to the Governor General and inform him that you guys have lost confidence in the leadership of the Prime Minister?
Because they keep saying they're giving it time to see if they could reach a resolution.
Right. So then now if you get to the point where you decide and say that no resolution is forthcoming, then at that point, what happens? Do you believe that they okay, let me ask you two things. Do you believe that they should continue to do the work of the people, or do you think that they should try and force a return to the polls sooner rather than later?
If
What do you think they should
I
do?
think the only way that they should return to the polls is if they cannot do the work of the people in a way that is good for us. If they don't feel like they could stay, and even though there is the unity, a unify no more, even if that's the case, that's fine.
The
But
Sean said work being done and he not to go parliament. He
exactly,
not to go cabinet stand.
so then
He
I
not to go
don't know if we
cabinet stand.
need to have elections already. Do you think we need to have elections already?
I would be disappointed if that were the case. The reason being there are so many different projects that are on the horizon that need to we need to get them at least started, man. They need to get going.
Yeah.
They need to get going in this
Man, I want
term.
an election right now, bro. Man.
Yeah, I can't take that.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll take one call. I'm pretty sure I know who this is, but we'll take one call before we go to wrap up. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Yes. Good morning.
Okay, I was wrong. Good morning.
If they don't get any resolution, they can't work together. Government can't function. And if PAM and CCM decide to draw from the government can fall. You see what happened in Pakistan recently. I mean, there is nothing new. Imran Khan, the coalition partners withdrew, and then he claimed that is an American sort of interference with their system. But then they say they couldn't get along with him, and he doesn't run the country well. But then Pakistan is a kind of complicated place where the hierarchies, they're the one usually control power along with the army. So then they table a motion of no confidence. The speaker said it's unconstitutional. Then the High Court rule against them. So then you see Imran Khan had to come out because they're no longer able to work with him. And they put in Sharif, one of the Sharif brothers. He had a brother who was prime minister before already. So it could happen here. They just have to go to the governor general and say they command the majority of the seats. And it happened, but I hope it doesn't happen yet. I believe that allow common sense to prevail, even though the resolution time should have up last night. But I hope they get, for the interest of the country, we don't go back to an election right now. Yes, sir.
I have a question. Do you believe that there's a possibility that all parties involved can come to a decision that, look, we will contest the next election separately? However, we've been given a mandate by the people and we intend to finish that mandate. Do you believe that that is something that can happen?
I ain't so sure if that could work because once you sever, it's difficult to come back. So it's only the two parties who seem to be working together, that's PAM and CCM. They were the ones who try to work together and campaign together and formulate the government. If they win, they'll get back the seats. I hope they do. I mean, I don't like fragmentation. I like when the country is running smooth because that's like, I don't know if you were saying that there are several projects earmarked. I mean, this is for the interest of the country. But no man is an island. And if you can't bow or you can't compromise, you're ain't fit to be a leader. I admire Timothy Harris very much over many years, But I don't like what is happening. And if these things were not happening, both CCM and PAM would not have come out and said them. It's just unfortunate. But and then to put contestants in all the constituencies, that's bad. Look at Trinidad. The sets of them don't put people in all over. The partners, they left them. So they're gonna work together. So, but it's just a habit of human nature, Human nature, man, no power and authority. But I wish they could kind of compromise and, nothing too far to turn back, because these people you're talking about. And it's better for the country. So anyway, have a good day.
Yeah. You as well, sir. Thank you. Well.
Yeah. Jade, I think that generally persons want a situation where I don't think a lot of people want election right now.
Well, I'm from the comments on the live. They don't.
Yeah, people don't want election right now. We just came out of election mode. People want to see.
We came out of election
officials.
mode?
Well, yeah, you're right. We just came out of election. We just had an election. And I think people want to get on with governance. People want to see the things that were promised. They want to see those things delivered. Right?
Simple
I think that is what is important to the most people. Whether or not you are a supporter of team unity or not, the belief would be, hey, yeah, I promise these things, better be. And when you have these types of infighting, yes, it makes it difficult. Like I said, my belief and what I would have liked to see happen, because I was never one who believed that we were going to see more than 2 elections with the coalition. I believe that it was like 2 was the max. But the way that things move forward, I think, is important. And I keep saying that what I would like to see happen is a situation where if it really does come to a point where politically it is difficult for the parties to see themselves moving forward, at least recognize that, hey, we were given a mandate. We were given a mandate and we have to find a way to make that happen. However, we recognize that perhaps it's best in the next election that the parties contest on their own merit. And you said that, and you work and make it happen.
And that's
it's not impossible. It might be difficult, but it's not impossible.
Exactly. We all grown and we all know how to hopefully work as adults.
Bear in mind, and I'm drawing this conclusion based on what is constantly being said, at least by supporters of the parties, if not by the leadership of the parties themselves publicly. But because of the feeling that what is happening is that time is being bought by the Prime Minister to strengthen his position politically, I believe that is why some of these things are less likely. Not because it's impossible. I believe because politically, I believe that because it's politically, they will try and force that. And I think that's unfortunate, because at the end of the day, it seems as though you're focusing more on your party's ability to win the next election as opposed to delivering for the people what it is they say is going to deliver.
Listen, we're gonna leave on this. We're gonna leave with this comment. It says some suggest they need mediation. I suggest they need medication. You all are funny, but as him, we gotta go. Oh boy, that one tickle me.
We gotta leave. We gotta go. We gotta disembark, guys. Guys, it's been an interesting day, right on Island T, and we appreciate you guys coming on and being a part of the conversation. Whether you joined us on YouTube, Facebook, or Win Media SKN website, or one of the other digital platforms, or you logged on your FM dial at 98.9 Win FM. We appreciate you so much.
Definitely.
The callers that came in, the guests this morning who told us, hey guys, remember to wear your green tomorrow.
Please.
Yeah, remember to wear your green tomorrow and tag up the place.
Yeah, man.
Let's make it a thing.
Pick up the trash off the floor that you pass on your way to wherever you are heading.
Indeed.
Go plant a little tree in the back of your yard. I tell you, hugging tree is good for the... That's what we ministers need to do. They need to go outside and hug a tree. And just calm down.
Some nice ones in this square. Just walk across Central Street. Right there.
And banana hug on one of them.
Well, guys, we're gonna go. Thank you again so much for being a part of the conversation this morning. We appreciate you, all the people on the live. Even those who just log on just to let us know that they're listening or they're gonna listen later. We appreciate you. But guys, remember, spend more time living your content than posting it. And you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys
y'all tomorrow.